Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the yoga class. So for today's yoga class, you need a mat, you need 2 yoga blocks. Let me grab those, and a strap. This is the essential equipment. But if you would like to use a bolster and a blanket for Shavasana, or maybe a sweatshirt that you want to wear while so that it keeps you warm in Shavasana, you are welcome to use those as well. Let's get started here on the center floor. We are going to have a seat come down onto your mat in a comfortable seat here. I like to place my block underneath my hips so that it elevates my hips over my knees. Now place your tailbone on the block if you have a soft block, or maybe a bolster, anything, or maybe you can roll the blanket and pop it underneath your hips. Anything that elevates your hips over your knees makes you get into a more comfortable seated position. Cross at your ankles, drop your hands down into your lap, align your head over your spine and have your spine long. Shoulders are away from your ears, chest is open. Start focusing on your breath. Big inhales and exhales. You can close your eyes. Start giving some space in between your breath cycles. And start making your exhales longer than your inhales. Maybe assigning a count to your breath. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling out for 6. Holding that exhale for 4. And then inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 6. Holding for 4. Keep on going with this breath cycle at your own pace, at your own comfort. Now I want you to dig deep into your heart while breathing that way. Open up your heart to all that this yoga practice has to give you. Set an intention for today's class. Be present in here and now. Letting go of everything that happens outside of this yoga mat. Letting go of the past, for you cannot change it. And not thinking of the future, for you have no control over it. Deep breaths. I would like to invite you to cultivate the Ujjayi breathing, if that's what you would like to do. Inhale for 4. Hold your breath in your diaphragm for 4. Warm it up. And then exhale for 6. Hold the exhale for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. exhale for 6, and hold for 4. Now, each time you exhale this Ujjayi breathing, this ocean sounding breath, find that deep ocean sound in your throat. Imagine you have a mirror in front of your mouth and you're fogging up that mirror. Two more deep breaths like this. One more. And then slowly open up your eyes. You can get rid of that block or the bolster or anything that you had underneath your hips. Glue your hips to the mat now. Hands on your knees. Let's find some Sufi grinds or circles with our body. Drop your chest down and then send your shoulders to the back wall. Inhale as you drop. Exhale as you go back. And you can start in one direction, whichever direction you prefer. Start small. And then let's start making these circles bigger. So today we are going to do a lot of hip opening work. And then one more time. Drop your clavicle bones to the floor and then press those shoulder blades back. Come back center. Let's switch sides. Finding those circles in the opposite direction. Just opening up your hips. You might be able to feel that rotation happening at your hips and your spine. Just moving these joints along. Beautiful job. Three more big circles here. Start making those circles bigger. Keeping up with your inhales and exhales. One more. And then stop centered. Beautiful job. Now, big inhale here. Inhale, reach up tall. Float those fingertips up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, I want you to fall forward. Hinge at your hips. Arms fall in front of you. Head comes in between your biceps. Press those glutes to the mat. You can always round your neck. Drop your chin to your chest. Just find some space in your back here. And then slowly walk those fingertips towards your shins. Beautiful job. Okay, we will start on all fours. So let's come down on the mat with our hands underneath our shoulders and knees underneath our hips. Now, any shoulder issues? Maybe you want to place your hands on the blocks today. Or maybe you want to just drop down on your elbows. As long as your back is long, I don't mind where you are. Just keep your knees stacked underneath your hips. Dig deep with your fingertips into the mat so that your wrists are also not at a risk of getting injured. So no pressure on your wrists. The eyes of your arms, which are your elbows, should be facing out. Inhale, open your chest proud, drop your belly button down. Exhale, chin to your chest. Sink your chin to your chest, round your neck, round your back, lift that spine up towards the ceiling into a cat. Inhale, lift up into a cow by opening your chest proud. Exhale, drop down, chin to your chest, round your neck, round your back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Two more times here. You can go at your own pace. Just cats and cows. You guys look wonderful. I can see you. And And then with this next one, let's come back into neutral on all fours. You are going to extend your left leg behind you. Press that left heel towards the floor or the back wall. Hands are still underneath your shoulders. Remember, you can, any point in time you want, you can stack your hands on the blocks. Press that heel back, open up your calves, find that length in your hamstrings. Now, can you extend that left leg long? Awesome job. Find that balance through your core. And then slowly open up that left hip, maybe bringing that left leg parallel to the floor. You can flex your left ankle. If you want to, you can stay here. Remember, keep your shoulders and your wrists safe here. But if you would like to stack your left arm over your right, go ahead. Do that. Now you're engaging your core just slightly more. And then slowly drop that left hand down onto the mat and close that hip here. Now send your left foot to the outside of your right leg and take your gaze over your right shoulder. You're still pressing your left heel towards the back wall. Finding this twist in the spine, spinal rotation. You're also opening up your side glutes on the left. Big deep breaths. And then gaze comes back center and your left knee comes back in line with your right. Once you're done here, you're going to send your right leg nice and long behind you. Press your right heel towards the back wall. Stay here, just the way you are. Hands underneath your shoulders. Remember, you have the option to have your hands on the blocks or something soft at any point in time. Find that length in your calves and hamstrings. And then slowly extend that right leg if you can. Balancing on your two hands and your left knee. Now you can stay here or you can open that right hip, flex your right ankle, have that right leg come parallel to the floor. You can stay here just the way you are, or maybe you can extend that right arm over your left, hold it, big deep breaths, just engaging your core slightly more. And then slowly drop that right hand under the right shoulder and take that, close that right hip here, bring it square and take those right toes to the outside of your left leg and take that gaze over your left shoulder towards your right toe. Big twist in your spine. You're still pressing that left heel to the back wall. Big deep breaths. Just opening your hips here. On the left side, I can feel it. And then whenever you're ready, gaze comes back center. Right knee comes next to your left. Glue your toes together. Open up your knees, mat distance apart. And then send your hips to your heels first. Then start dropping your head down in between your biceps. Maybe dropping your head onto the yoga block. Hold it here. Now you can stay here relaxed with your arms, or you can dig your elbows deep into the mat. Hands come in prayer above your head, and then send those hands back. For a tricep extension in this child's pose. Remember to keep on pressing your glutes to the heels. breaths. In and out. One more. And then slowly release your arms if you were using them. And slowly come up onto all fours. Keep your blocks handy, you might need them. You're going to tuck your toes underneath your heels and send your heels to the back of the mat. Come up into a downward dog, feet are hip distance apart, head in between your biceps. Form a letter V with your body, lifting that tailbone up. Beautiful job, Suzanne. Take deep breaths. Soften your knees. Take your gaze in between your two hands and walk to the front of the mat towards your hands. Hands come onto the outside of your feet. Now your head is heavy like a ragdoll's head underneath you. Strong hinge at your hips. Soft knees. Let your head be heavy like a ragdoll's head. Can you drop your nose to your knees? Maybe you can send your hands behind your calves here. Maybe you need to bend further at your knees to do that, and that's okay. Find the length in the back. You can round your back here. And then drop your hands down by your side. Inhale, lift up tall, tall mountain. Reach up with your fingertips towards the ceiling. And then exhale, swan dive forward into a forward fold. Place your hands and fingertips underneath your shoulders. Walk, jump, or float your feet behind you. And then slowly drop your knees down, bend at your elbows, drop down into a low, low, low cobra. Inhale and lift your chest up a few inches off of the mat. Elbows stay bent. Engage your lower back. This is an awesome rehab exercise for your lower back. And then exhale, drop your chest all the way down, maybe even your head down. Inhale, lift up into a baby cobra. Still working with your lower back. Gluing both of your thighs in together. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift maybe an inch higher into a baby cobra. Zipping both of your thighs and pressing them into the mat. Exhale, drop. Inhale, maybe this time you can go all the way up. Hold it here, shoulders away from your ears. Zip your thighs together, press them into the mat. And then slowly tuck your toes underneath your heels with an exhale, and then send those heels to the back of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Downward dog. Head in between your biceps. Back is nice and long here. Try to press your chest to your thighs and try to drop your heels down if you can. If you can't, you can always balance on the balls of your feet, totally fine. Soften your knees. Walk your knees in towards your elbows. Fingertips outside of your toes. Forward fold. Let your head be heavy underneath you. Inhale, lift up. Tall mountain. Let's start our sun salutations. So you are going to maybe glue your thumbs together up top and open your chest slightly. a slight back bend. Totally up to you. You don't have to go here if you don't want to. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. You can use your blocks here for the whole time. Inhale, half fold, hands on your shins, or maybe in the air. Back is long. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders and walk, jump, or float into your plank. High plank to maybe a low plank into a cobra, or maybe just dropping your knees down. Zipping those thighs together, pressing your hip flexors down towards the mat, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, tuck your toes underneath your heels, send your heels to the back of the mat. Downward dog. Take your gaze in between your two hands. You're going to soften your knees, walk, jump, or float to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, tall mountain. Hook your thumbs together and press your chest up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive forward. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Walk, jump, or float your feet behind you into a high plank. High plank to dropping down on your knees into a cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes underneath your heels, send your heels to the back. Downward dog. Soften your knees, walk, jump, or float to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, tall mountain. Hooking your thumbs together. And then this time, bringing your hands in prayer, heart center. Pose of stillness. Take deep breaths here. Rooting down through your feet into the mat. Toes facing forward. Just aligning your body again. Setting that intention for this yoga practice. Looking into that intention if it's still in alignment with your body. Inhale and exhale. We have 2 more sun salutations here. So inhale, lift up tall, tall mountain. Hooking your thumbs together if you want to, opening your chest. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Dropping your hands into the mat and walk, jump, or float behind you into a high plank. High plank to maybe a low plank and rolling up into a cobra. Tucking your toes underneath your heels and sending your heels to the back. Feet are hip distance apart. Soften your knees. Walk your knees into your elbows. And then slowly roll up into a tall mountain, opening your chest maybe. Exhale, forward, forward fold. And then slowly stepping back into a plank. Maybe a low plank to a cobra, maybe just dropping down. Exhale, tuck your toes underneath your heels. Send your heels to the back. Soften your knees, walk, jump, or float to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, tall mountain. Hooking your thumbs, opening your chest, and then bringing your hands in prayer heart center, stacking your head over your spine, shoulders over your hips. Pose of stillness. Deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Revisiting your intention for the class today. Awesome job. Just playing that music again. And And then whenever you're ready, you're going to place your arms by your side, press those knuckles to the back wall. Tadasana, mountain pose. Now you're going to lift, balance on your right leg actually, and lift that left foot up. Place that left heel, left sole of the foot and cross it with your right ankle. Right knee is soft. This is your tree pose if you would like it to be like this. Maybe you can slide that foot a little higher on your calf, never on your knee. Or maybe you can even place it a little higher, placing that left foot into your right thigh all the way up. Now arms can stay by your side. Maybe they are your hands are in prayer heart center, or maybe you're reaching your branches up high. Open up your tree. Spread your branches. Give shade to the people underneath it. Spread your love. Spread your fruit. Big deep breaths here. You're opening up your left hip and you're building strength in your right leg here. Right knee is soft. Pressing the whole body weight into your right foot. And then slowly dropping your branches down and then placing that left foot down. You're going to take this to the other side, lift your right heel up, and now place that heel next to your left ankle. Left knee is soft now. Arms can stay by your side. You can slide that foot up onto your calf. Beautiful. Or maybe you can slide it even further up, all the way up into your left thigh. Hands can be brought into prayer heart center. Or you can spread your branches, come up into a wider tree. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. So now you're opening up your right hip here. Spread out your branches, aiming higher with your tree, growing tall, maybe like an oak tree. The oak tree is never told how tall it can grow. It just grows to its full potential. So find your potential today. Deep breaths here. Slowly drop your arms down and then place that right foot next to your left. We are going to start here on the front part of the mat. So face the front. And you are going to place your left foot forward and send that, right foot forward, send that left leg behind you. Bend into your right knee. Right knee is stacked over your right ankle. Arms come out into a T. You got your warrior two here. Now take your gaze over your right knee. You should be able to see only your right toe, big toe. You're going to give me a big exhale here and then hook your right elbow into your right thigh, cartwheel that left arm, and point those left fingertips towards the right wall. I'm getting my right and left mixed up. That's not good. Inhale, lift up into a warrior two. And then as you exhale this time, you're going to slide those left fingertips towards your left ankle and stack your right arm over your left. Keep your right knee bent. Reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, come into an extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Try to keep your shoulders safe. If you don't want to extend your arms, totally fine. You can keep them by your side. Let me show you. It will look like this and totally fine with me. Both of them can be here too. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. And inhale, warrior two. Let's all meet up in warrior two. Then from here, you're going to pivot your back toes here and peel that back heel off, hands in prayer heart center, crescent lunge pose. You can always walk or float those toes behind you. Give some more space in between your 2 feet here. Now, both your feet are running parallel to each other, like the tracks on the railroad. Can you float your fingertips up to the ceiling with a big inhale? And as you exhale, can you hinge strong at your hips and come down into a high lunge? You're going to scoot that back toes behind you. This is where I love to use my blocks so that the floor comes up to me. Strong bend in your right knee stacked over your right ankle the whole time. Make sure it's not floating forward. Pressing deep with your right foot into the mat and left toes back. Slowly dropping down your left knee, left shin, left front part of the foot down. If you have any knee issues or you just like some cushioning underneath your knee, double your mat or place a blanket underneath your left knee. Now inhale, float your fingertips up into this lunge. And as you exhale, you are going to press back into a splits pose, maybe bringing your arms by your side and extending the right leg. Right toes up. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, splits pose. Inhale, low lunge, keeping your hands on the blocks or maybe reaching them up high. Exhale into a splits pose. Inhale, low lunge. Remember, you're not sitting on your heel in the back. You are just pressing your hips towards your heel, extending that leg in the front. Inhale, low lunge, and exhale, go back. Big deep breaths here. Inhale, low lunge, and exhale, press back. One more time. Inhale, low lunge, and hold it. Can you see how your hip is opening up over here? And as you exhale, splits pose. Inhale, low lunge, hold. Hold, hold, hold. You can place your hands on the blocks. Big deep breaths. Now we are going to go into a pigeon pose. You don't have to come along if you don't want to. I will give you another option too, which is your reclined pigeon or supine pigeon actually. But what you're going to do if you're coming along is you're going to place that leg parallel to the mat here. So your right leg comes parallel to the shin comes parallel to the mat, and your left leg goes back, pressing those left thighs down into the mat. Hands underneath your shoulders, maybe they're on the blocks. Maybe you drop down on your forearms here. I love to drop on my forearms. Or maybe you just cross your forearms and drop your head down on your forearms. Open up your hips here on the right side. Oh, this feels awesome. Your side glutes are extending. Deep breaths in and out. Let's stay here for a bit. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. And then slowly stack your hands underneath your shoulders if you were not here before. You're going to tuck your left toes underneath your left heel, lift that left leg up, and send that right foot behind you into a high plank. And then slowly send those heels back into a downward dog. You can always pedal your knees, walking the dog if you wanted to. Deep breaths, in and out. And then slowly stop. Soften your knees, walk your knees in towards your elbows. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up tall. Fingertips float up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Back is long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, full expression of your mountain pose, reaching up tall. And then as you exhale, drop your arms by your side. Shake it out. We are going to start on the other edge of the mat this time. This time you will place your left foot forward, right leg goes behind you. Left toes are facing forward towards the mat. Let me move the blocks so that you can see me. And then your right leg is back. Arms come out into a T. Can you bend further into your left knee? Take your gaze over your left knee and try to find only your left big toe. If you can see the other toes, that means that you can go a little deeper into this warrior two. Right foot is parallel to the mat. Left heel is in alignment with your right arch of the foot, pressing into the outer edge of your left foot here. Now exhale, hook your right elbow to your right thigh, cartwheel that left arm towards the right wall. Extended side angle on this side. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior, keeping that knee bent in the front. And the back, fingertips dropping down to the back ankle. Arms stacking over each other, or maybe coming by your waist. Up to you. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Up to you how far you want to take it. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Last time here. Warrior two and reverse warrior. And then come back center here, pressing deep into your front foot and extending your back leg long. Now, can you pivot your back foot here? Back heel lifts up, hands in prayer heart center, or maybe they extend high into a crescent lunge pose. Peeling that back heel off. Both the legs are running parallel to each other, just like the railroad tracks. Whenever you're ready, give me a big exhale. Drop your hands onto a block or on the sides of your foot. You're going to extend that back leg long. Hinge forward. Back is long. High lunge. I like to use the blocks here. They just bring the floor to you. Now slowly drop that right knee, right shin, right front part of the foot down. hinge into this right hip here. Open up the hip flexors, come into a low lunge. Now you have any issues with your knee or you just like some cushioning underneath it, go ahead, place something soft underneath this back knee. Maybe double the mat. Inhale, float your fingertips up. Exhale, let's go into a splits pose. You can use your blocks to come along with you, or this time maybe I'm going to ditch them. Inhale, forward lunge. Exhale, splits pose. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, splits pose. Make sure you're extending your front leg as you go into your split and pointing those toes up, keeping your hips square. Yes, it's not always easy. And as you come into a lunge, keep your knee stacked over your ankle here. Beautiful job. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale split. Let's do this 2 more times here. 1 more. And then this time, as you lunge, come here and hinge forward into that low lunge, framing your foot with your 2 hands and arms. Slowly sliding, if you would like to, sliding that front leg or your left leg parallel to the mat, sending your right leg behind you, pressing those right hip flexors into the mat. Now hands underneath your shoulders, keep your shoulders soft. Maybe you are going to bend at your elbows, drop it on your forearms. I love to cross my forearms and place my forehead down. Maybe you can use a block here too. So you go where you want to. Open up your hips. Stay the way you are. Let me give you the other option of supine pigeon. It's like a figure 4 on your back. So you're going to cross your left ankle on your right knee and then hug your right knee into the chest. So you're still opening your left hips. This is your other option. Take deep breaths. I love to stay in this pose for a bit. Just going deep into your hips, opening them up. Whenever you're ready, slowly drop your hands underneath your shoulders if you got out of that. And then tuck your back toes underneath your heel, lift that leg up, and step back with your left foot next to your right into a high plank to a downward dog. Dropping your heels down, hiking your hips up. Beautiful job. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful, wonderful work. Soften your knees and then walk your knees in towards your elbows. Let's face forward here. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up tall. Fingertips float up. And hands in prayer heart center. Can you heel toe your feet here? Let's come out wide. Toes are facing forward. Inhale, float your fingertips up. And as you exhale, come down into a goddess squat. Your arms or hands can be facing each other. And dropping what I want you to see here is you're going to drop your hips underneath your ribs. So almost like you're sliding down an imaginary wall. Inhale, lift up. And this time, maybe as you exhale, bring your hands in prayer heart center as you drop down into a goddess. Inhale, lift up tall, wide feet stance in your feet. Exhale, drop down low. You're opening up your hips here. Yep. Your inner thighs, adductors. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop down. And one more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop down. Hold it here. Inhale, lift up. This time, as you exhale, bring your hands onto your hips or your waist. Hinge at your hips strong. Back is long. Half fold with the wide legs. Maybe, if you can, hinge a little forward more. Drop your hands in between your two legs. Let your head be heavy underneath you. Can you walk your fingertips towards the back edge of the mat and drop your head down all the way? Finding that length in your hamstrings and calves. And then walking those fingertips to the front. Letting your head be heavy. Inhale, lift up tall. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Keep your back safe. Maybe place your hands on your waist. And then slowly drop your hands down in between your two legs. Maybe walk your fingertips towards the back edge of the mat, flipping your hands here in the opposite direction. And then placing your hands on your hips again, inhaling, lifting up tall. Beautiful job. You're going to have your toes pointing forward, and we are going to find a side lunge here. Extending your right leg, bending into your left knee. And then come back center, bending into your right knee, extending your left leg. Let's do this 2 more times at your own flow. Beautiful. And then come back center, heel to your feet here. Inhale, lift up. Bring your hands in prayer heart center as you exhale. Pose of stillness. Rooting down through your feet. Engaging your whole pelvic floor, your abs, and your back. Deep breaths. And then slowly drop your hands down. Shake it out. We are going to drop down on the mat. So slowly drop down on the mat. And then let's go into a staff pose here. You're going to extend your legs nice and long. Plant your legs, your calves and your hamstrings down into the mat. Place your hands under your shoulders. Shoulders are away from your ears. Point your toes up. Stack your head over your spine. Staff pose. Try to open up your chest here. And then slowly release it. Can you inhale, float your fingertips up? And as you exhale, hinge strong at your hips, drop your nose to your knees, and place your hands onto the outer edges of your feet here. This is not accessible to you. Maybe you're going to place your hands on the blocks. Maybe on your shins. You choose how far you want to take it. Pressing your hamstrings into the mat. Active engagement of the legs. Inhale, float your fingertips up. And as you exhale, drop your fingertips down. Now you're going to cross your left foot to the outside of your right. And now hook your right elbow into your left knee. Take that right hand behind you, or left hand behind you. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. So it's a twisted pose here. And then slowly release it. Let's take it to the other side. Placing the opposite foot here, hooking the elbow of the opposite arm into your knee, and taking the other arm behind you. So taking that gaze over your right shoulder this time. Left leg is extended, right knee is bent, left elbow is hooking into your right knee. Beautiful job. Hold. Big twist. And then slowly release it. Shake it out, shake it out. Let's find a butterfly pose here in the center. You're going to place both the soles of your feet together. Maybe hold on to or hook onto your big toes. And drop your chin to your chest. You can flutter your wings if you would like to. And then slowly release it. Let's come down onto the mat. Slowly roll down. You're going to bring your arms into a goal post or into a T, up to you. Bring both the legs up into a tabletop position. Glue your knees and ankles together. Drop both of your knees down all the way onto one side. Try to drop that shoulder down on the opposite side. Now you can keep your gaze centered, or you can take your gaze towards the side opposite to your knees. Now if your knees lift up, maybe use the other hand or the free hand here to press down on your knees. It's a big spinal rotation. It also opens up the side glutes. Now slowly and safely, you're going to pull that belly button into your spine. And slowly come back center. Let's take it to the other side. Take your gaze over your other shoulder. You don't have to go into this pose if you don't feel comfortable. And then slowly come back center. Now, reach with your hands from inside your legs and reach for the soles of your feet. Lift your feet up towards the ceiling. Happy baby pose, opening up your hips and rocking side to side. Got it. Slowly drop your feet down. And then whenever you're ready, maybe if you need something warm over you, this is your chance to grab it. I would like to invite you to go into Shavasana. Arms by your side. Let your fingertips and toes be heavy. Close your eyes. Inhale and exhale. Deep breaths. Focusing on your breath again. Look into your heart. Look for the energy that you found through this class. Look for the strength you gained through these yoga poses. Now I want you to hold on to it strongly. Deep breaths in and even deeper breaths out. Now I want you to imagine yourself in your favorite place. Maybe it's at the beach, maybe it's on the mountains, maybe it's out in a field. Maybe it's on a lake. I want you to imagine yourself in your happy place, surrounded by lights. May there be light in front of you. May there be light behind you. May there be light to your right. May there be light to your left. Maybe there be light above you. May there be light below you. May there be light everywhere surrounding you. Spread your light, yogis. Slowly open up your eyes. And then slowly roll onto one side. And then come into a comfortable seated position. Take your time. We will close this practice with 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, lift. And exhale, sink. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. And one more. Bring your hands together in prayer. Bring them heart center. May there be strength in your bodies, happiness in your hearts, peace in your souls. Namaste. Awesome work. You guys did great. I hope to see you guys soon.